thing. I think every time I start practicing, it ends up being like such. Every time I start practicing, I start at a faster and faster tempo, and I think that's me practicing with a metronome that's kicking in. I keep missing that little part at the end though, so let me try to get it right at least once, but if not, I'll just move on to the metronome. See guys, this is my attempt at trying to make money. I don't know how to be very marketable. I guess it's not really about marketability, it's more about marketing. The marketability doesn't matter. I mean, if you're creating your own thing, like, doesn't actually exist. It's not a quality aspect or anything. It's just popularity, and you can what do you call it? Manufacture that. That's my boy. See, if you wanna start a business, taking advice from entrepreneurs and creative creators, the ones that are successful, is really good advice, especially if you're doing something creative yourself. I'm not really sure which part of this is exactly creative, but you know, it's creative as in you've heard that song before. You've heard the recorded version of the song. You've heard that song officially. You've heard that song, mixed, remixed, put over, TikToks and shit. But there's something called the 20 to 80%. 80% of your work is finding which 20% is um, the thing that people go to you for, you know? It's your thing. Which 20% is the thing that is your thing? And I mean, I'm not gonna get anywhere talking about all of this, but um, unless I am. You know, maybe I could make a meme out of it or something. I don't know. I don't know how to market this. But the thing is, right? I need to make money off of this because I want to just so see here's the dissonance between sorry, I'm looking at the back of my board because I thought I saw something, but it didn't. So, what was I saying? The distance between the economy, the way it works, right, is that I want to sit on my ass and do whatever and be able to just survive like that. You know, I don't want that much out of the world. I just want to survive. And right now, I'm having trouble surviving. And I can't go to my current job because my car isn't working. So, you know what they say, when your chips are down, you should get risky, you know? Get risky, get wild. It is really risky to try to make money of the very minimal talent that I have right now. I'm not even trying. I mean, it's just that it's not that I'm not trying. I'm trying. I'm putting up my best effort. I'm working as hard as I can. You know, I'm not sitting here fucking around, not giving a shit about me or the world. I give a shit. That's the thing. That's my phone, apparently. That's the thing, though. I give a shit. Maybe too much of a shit. But the world doesn't give that shit back, you know? The world just gives me some random shit. All this shit that I don't need. It's not my kind of shit, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not even good at this piano playing shit. Not even good at it. It's not marketable. How am I supposed to go to literally any other community and be like, ew, what the fuck is that? Sorry, I think they put like some white stuff in between the keys. I guess. Like lube or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like lube or something. or Vaseline or whatever you call it. Ugh, tastes horrible. Um, yeah, this thing, it's not very marketable. I'm just trying to survive. You know what? I'll be real with you guys. I don't like most people. I like most people because in my natural form, when I don't give a fuck and I just act like myself, everybody tells you, oh, just be yourself, just be yourself. Yeah, be yourself in your own life, but when you're interacting with people, that's different. It's like it's like when you're waiting to find a lover or whatever, right? You just be yourself. Don't look for love or whatever, because what you think you want isn't going to be what you actually want. So just keep working on yourself, do the things that make you better. But then when you find a lover, right? Or a potential mate, when you go on a date or something like that, I mean, you're not going to be you naturally. You're gonna show them like your best side of things, because I mean, assuming you find them attractive and things like that, if you see some potential, if you like what they're doing, if you feel impressed by them, or give them this or give them that, if anything. um yeah, if you're looking to land that fish, if you would, um then you need to show your best self. But my best self, you know, obviously I'm not looking for a mate. I already have one. Two, actually. Uh, not to brag, but I'm really not sure how much of this is coming off because my waveforms are really low. Probably would do me good to edit out the long pauses or something. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want someone to love me financially, economically. But I don't want to work on myself because it feels like sort of this like distraction. But I know logically, right? It's what I was talking about depression, right? Depression puts you in a sort of state of desperation, you can't distract yourself with anything. But actually distracting yourself and not putting as much effort into following depression's orders, trying to solve the problem directly like that when you are under the influence of the problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously you should want to solve your problems, but uh, but for some things like depression, or if you're trying to find a mate, I guess you should just try to make yourself better. Here's the thing though, it's very hard to make yourself better when you don't really know what you're striving for. I mean, I guess to start, I can edit out the silences, I guess. I tried some editing, you know, a little bit, but I don't even know, like, nothing that I actually do creativity wise is attractive to me in the sense of I am proud of myself for accomplishing this thing. Without that pride, I don't know what's the 20% of my marketability, because you know I just listen to what I have and I'm like, it's a piece of shit. The best I can think of anything to be proud of is putting an effort into something, you know, just putting any type of effort, you know, starting. That's the thing. You gotta start. You gotta know thing. You gotta try to do it note by note. You just gotta keep going one tiny step at a time. So I guess I should stop worrying about you guys as much. I mean, obviously I should try to edit out those long ass pauses. But what does Bob Ross say? If you would join me, uh, let's just start. I don't know what Bob Ross would say. Let me look up inspirational quotes by Bob Ross. We don't make mistakes, just happy accidents. Talent is perseverance. That's not what he said, sorry, I'm paraphrasing. Okay, well, he says some things like, you can do anything if you believe you can do it strong enough, so let's believe we can do it strong enough. Let's see where that lands us, you know. Okay, let's try, regardless of pace, let's try to get to the meat and potatoes, as Nakstaku says. Of this, let's do the 20% of getting, just starting, you know. Okay. Oh, I got so scared. I have this voice pad. Yeah. I'm just flying around. Okay, let's get back to. There we go. Okay, let's start. So my goal right now is well, okay. So I wasn't accurate to reality. Um, Before, my actual goal is to be able to play the song, you know, and take you guys through it with me. Because, so much, you see so little, people are so prideful on social media. They are so nervous because they have such a large audience that every time they flub or mess up, if they don't have a sense of humor about it, they cut it out, you know? And when they do have a sense of humor about it, it's humorous, you know? But we need to remember that practicing means that you're gonna flub. Even if you're performing, it means you're gonna flub. It means, your fingers are gonna slip. You're gonna miss that note. You're gonna slow down at some place. You're not gonna keep tempo. You're gonna be really bad at keeping tempo. Or, your, what was I saying? Like, you're gonna make a mistake. And these mistakes aren't always profitable in terms of they're not humorous. Maybe other people don't want to see them. Maybe you feel embarrassed because you made a mistake. But here's what I'm trying to communicate with this sort of like content is that you have to make these mistakes. And I want to show you all, like, me making all of these mistakes, even if it means me getting really frustrated by these mistakes, or me getting really frustrated by not improving, or anything else, or me, anything else that has to do with self-improvement, or practice, anything, skill. Like, you have to, when you're a child, right? When you're 6, when you're 5, 6, 7, you don't have any shame. And you don't have any shame. So when you mess up, or when you do something that's not as good as you've seen other people do, you don't care. You don't care. You just, well, most people, the people who end up with talents, those kids, they don't care, they well, the kids, I say talent, I realize that every skill comes with lots of practice and shit. But here's the thing, right? When you become a teenager and the world instills you with a sense of shame and duty to be proud and perfect and achieving, when you learn about that sense of shame through just the way the world is, when you try to practice and when you try to create things, it feels so devastating. It feels so hard. All of that stuff is weighing on you. You're judging yourself because the whole world is judging you. You have literally the whole world, obviously not literally, but you have the whole world on your shoulders, breathing down your neck, telling you that every mess up is gonna be a deterrent in your self-worth, and you want to be worthy, and you don't want to make anybody mad, and you don't want to, disappoint anyone, and you want the best life for yourself. So you're put on this impossible pressure to not fuck up. As the kids who are practicing the skills and they don't give a fuck about in the world, they don't call it practicing. They call it drawing. They call it playing music. They call it having fun. You know? I don't call it practice. It's not this grueling thing that they have to fight, everything that they understand about the world in order to accomplish. I bet it, for everyone who is trying to practice but ends up not practicing, if they just stop, if they just realize that all of these mistakes are necessary, are part of the very process of practicing, right? If they could just accept messing up as the way of the practice, and and stop trying to uphold their pride, stop trying to be correct all the time. If they just live their lives and have fun with the task, they'll gain the skills as fast and even faster as a kid could. Because as a teenager, you're more able to focus than a child. It's just a skill that society is instilling in us. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to show the world that you have to fuck up, you have to embarrass yourself, and you have to get frustrated if you want to accomplish the skill. You just have to. You have to do it. It's gonna happen anyway. It either happens now or it happens later. You should probably rather it happens now, while you're practicing, instead of while you're performing, right? You should, for explain to me this concept, right? Things are always gonna get fucked. So, stop worrying about it. If you're not fucking up, you're not human. You're not showing a choice. I don't know if it froze on me. So this is my choice, and I am gonna mess up. And you guys are gonna hear me mess up, and I'm not gonna be proud of it. I'm gonna be embarrassed and frustrated. And I'm just gonna be a person that exists, My fuck-ups have as much right to be in this world as my successes. So there you go. Okay, it's time to stop preaching. Maybe this whole preaching thing is a fuck-up. Who knows? Maybe it helps someone. Okay. Maybe you guys are all just sick of this song. But you know what? I don't care if you guys are sick of this song. I'm sick of this song. And I'm actually not sick of this song. The song is very peaceful and cathartic to play. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't care if this is marketable. I'm not trying to be marketable. I'm not trying to be my best self. This is me working on the skill and also showing you how to work on your skills. And if you come away with this and say, I can play better than her, I did my job. I did my job. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want you to look at this and be like, I can do better than that, and then do better than that. That's what I want you to do. Okay. I'm just throwing away some trash. I think I fucked up there, so I'm just gonna try again. This position is not good for my knees. Yeah, yep, I messed up over there. Oh yeah, these keys are kind of dusty, so I'm trying to like rub the dust off. Oh, I want to say something. So I noticed that I was kind of moving goalposts in there. So I was moving goalposts because I started the song saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna mess up any keys," and then I messed something up and I moved the goalpost and I said, I'm gonna keep with the tempo or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, here's the thing, right? Don't judge yourself while you're doing the thing. You know, Ford explained to me, it's not things that are bad, right? They're not bad. So you doing something bad isn't you being a bad person. You doing something bad is just you doing something that's bad for you. And when something is bad for you, it's easier to remember that you're not actually a bad person. And if something's bad for you, you can just say, "Oh, that's bad for me. Let me not do it again." But when you think you're bad, you're like, "Oh, I'm bad. I should do this and this and this. I should improve. It's some inherently with me, something inherently wrong in me that I can't do this. Blah 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 blah." Don't think like that. Don't do that to yourself. Look, practicing something that you want to accomplish is good for you. All right? You're doing something good for you. And you're always good. That's the thing. You're always good. So sometimes you do things that are good for you. Sometimes you do things that are bad for you. Right? Practicing, very good for you inherently. Um, you know, making a mistake, maybe that's bad for you. You don't want to make mistakes. That's not conducive to your goal. But it's good for you too, because you get to learn from them. You get to learn which parts you need to work on. Okay, if anybody has gotten this far and would like to trade me something for a paperclip, um, we'll have to decide that we both agree on a trade. If it's worth it, but if we still want to trade, then we can trade. So go ahead and hit me up. Actually, I have a box full of paper clips. There are quite a few. So if anybody wants to trade, I'm listening. Just hit me up. We'll figure something out. I think that was almost no flubbing. Okay, let's start with a Let's see what we can do uh, for the tempo. Is this 72 or 74? 72. Yeah, let's go. Go all the way down to 108. This seems too slow. Okay, this is way too slow. Try moving up to 126. Right? Is that right? Fucked up. Okay, I think we need to move up all the way to 144. Real time, baby. tempo. It's just that I did like a low flub here and there, my finger slipped, whatever. So I'm gonna actually. So before, when I wrote that post about how to practice, I talked about how I added up the number of attempts that I got, 100% through, and that I wasn't gonna move on until I got 10 tries. They don't have to be consecutive, but 10 go-throughs without fucking up. But now I think, how I outlined that even trying is basically good enough, like even getting started and all that shit. So I'm gonna do that, and instead I'm gonna double the quota, but to do every attempt, and count every attempt. So that's gonna be 0 plus 1. Okay, so that was another one. Man, these take so much effort. It is so stressful. Well, you've been listening to me rant for like an hour, and sometimes I practice a little bit of piano, so there we go. I think I'm gonna call it at that. I'm pretty happy at where I'm at. I'm more comfortable to doing at doing it in the actual tempo, and I was already doing it in the actual tempo naturally. You know, maybe a little faster than. Yeah, see, I was swaying. I was enjoying the music, but yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. For now. I'm not even gonna edit the silences out of this. Uh, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna edit the silences. I don't wanna put any more work. Like here's the thing that I want to explain to you guys. If if there's work in life that you don't feel naturally predisposed to doing, don't do it. Like later that I listen to talk about this, they just don't do work. They either, delegate it to someone else, or they just, they just don't do it. They don't perform it, and their content is without that type of work. So, you know, there you go. So I'm gonna stop this shortly. Um, bye. I hope I inspired you. Hope I embarrassed myself enough for you to say, "Hey, I can do better than that." I hope you guys have fun in one upping me. It's fine. It's fine. But if I really did help you, give me money.